Ah, ih,
পোকাটা বড় হয়ে
আমার তো পোকা না যে তুই জন্মদিন
বাবা, জন্মদিন যাওয়ার আর জায়গা পাই
পাড়া তুলতে
কিছু ঢিগলি হয়ে আহ,
কি রান্না পেয়েছে What do you do it with it? What do you ah পাটা তুমি করছো আমার দ্বারা উ উই 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 উই
Me pasé.
Morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Have you done the previous lab, challenge lab, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So I have not created, I think, the classwork, as I thought that maybe if you'll be facing any doubt, then we can discuss today. But anyhow, if you have completed, that's great. I'll create today, and there you can see. So today will be the deadline for submission of your first challenge lab. So let's move ahead with the The next topic which we were left in the previous class. These are the things we have completed, right? Now we will move to the advantages of cloud computing. So let's have a look. Can you see my screen? Is it still visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the first advantage is the trade capital expense or variable expense. You are seeing here the two
सर
things. One is the data
हेलो
center. Yes.
सर वो मैंने लैब कर रहे थे तो एक बार जब मैंने लैब किया तो मतलब कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ और दोबारा से जब किया तो सर वो क्विज और वो लिंक जो खुल नहीं रहा था तो अभी मैं दोबारा से करूँ तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं होगी लाइक एक बार मैंने स्विच ऑन किया फिर ऑफ कर मतलब स्टार्ट लैब किया फिर ऑफ कर दिया और उसके बाद वो सर लिंक नहीं खुला जिसमें क्विज हम लोग को देना था और जिसमें पूरा लिंक मतलब ओपन हो रहा था वेबसाइट
हाँ, दोबारा दे सकते हो एंड लाइव करके फिर से
हाँ
स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत
सर
नहीं है।
क्योंकि रात में भी किया तो नहीं हो रहा था और फिर शाम पे भी ट्राई किया तो
नहीं
ऐसा
तो
ही हो
लिंक
गया
तो
कुछ
you can do one thing when you are
हाँ
clicking on the link, just better you should copy the link and open in incognito windows, and there you can submit your answers. You can do
ओके
like that
सर
way. Yeah. Okay, let's move ahead with the next advantages of cloud computing. The first advantage you can see on the screen. Is it screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just have a look like the trade capital expense for all of you just mute it. Yeah. So trade capital expense for variable expense, two things are mentioned over here. The one is the data center investment based on a forecast, and another is pay only for the amount you consume. Did you understand both the terms? These are the advantages. So what does mean by this data center investment based on forecast and the pay only for the amount you consume? So two things, there is a comparison actually. If you see the advantages, if you are looking for the cloud, so one is like on premises, you always have to compare with the on premises, and another will be your cloud computing. Okay. So in the right side, if you are seeing which one is cloud computing and which one is your on premises, can you tell me? Anyone? Yes, guys. Which one is cloud computing part and which one is your on premises?
So the right side pays only for the amount you consume. Is for cloud computing.
Yes, so pay only for the amount you consume. That is the part of your cloud. So that is the advantages, like whatever services and whatever amount of resources you use in your, any kind of your project, or you can say that in your office, or maybe if you are a normal user. So whatever resources you'll consume, as per that, they will generate a bill, and accordingly you have to pay, right? So that is the policy that is used in the in the cloud, right? But when you'll talk about that on premises, so you have to invest lots of money, whether initially your whatever services that you are consuming, and in future, like whatever services not consuming, you can say that whatever services that you are using it. So for that, you are building the big infrastructure. And in future, what are the things going to happen, that you have to guess it, and accordingly you have to, before the things can happen, before of that, you have to establish those all the resources as per the backup, right? So here the data center investment, that will be based on forecast. I mean, you can guess it, you can think of the future, that expectation of the customers and the future demand, right? On that basis, you will create your on data center, and you will be scaling it. So in this case, even the requirement is not there in future. We are not sure that things will happen, right? The number of customer will increase. That is not also granted, but that people used to on premises, they used to guess it, and they think of, okay, in future this technology is going to be more demanding, and the more customer on this particular project, that will be more interaction of the client. So we should keep the resources before the requirement will come. So we should keep those resources before of that, right? So that policies that maintain in the on premises. But here, if you'll go on the cloud, so like you don't have to worry about all those things. You can pay whenever that the things will come. I mean, and whenever the huge requirement will come, you will request to the service provider. Accordingly, the things will be, all the services will be scaled up, and accordingly it will be provided to the all the clients. So as per the need of the clients, you can scale at any point of time, right? So whatever resources you are going to consume, on that basis, you have to pay the amount, and it can be scalable, it can be scaled down, right? So that is the one advantage, like trade capital expense for the variable expense. So I hope it's clear to all. Let's move on to the next example. Just look at here. Massive economics of scale. So just understand this, guys, because of aggregate use from all customers, right? AWS can achieve higher economics of scale and pass savings onto customer. Have you understood this? So the saving, I mean the service used, then we have a total. So this is the kind of bill. Okay. So that the dollar symbol you are seeing it here, na? The economics of scale, AWS cloud, and then the saving and all. So it tells that, like in case of massive economics of scale, right? At any point of time, whenever there will be a huge demand, or you can say that in your office, like some of the resources, maybe your storage, you are taking it from the cloud, maybe from the AWS, and storage, like you have initially you have purchased for 100 TB, right? And in any point of time, it has been scaled up, it required 1000 a TB, right? So in this case, you have to just request to the service provider. They will give that entire service, and accordingly, like if you have requested 100 TB, but you are not you have requested 1000 TB, but you are not consuming it, you are just consuming 500 TB, but you are expected at maybe 1000 TB, right? So in this case, remaining 500 TB, the bill will not be generated. So you have a saving of this, right? The bill will be generated for the what you are consuming it initially, right? Even you will request for the larger or larger amount of CPU speed, or the RAM size, or you can say that like the storage, or whatever services that you are requesting. On that basis, they will give you the service. But if you are not using those services, for that you can request to the service provider, and even they are also they don't generally charge it for that. So whatever you are consuming, on that basis there will be a charge. So here there will be a saving in this. You'll save much amount, right? In this case, the bill, when they are generating it for those resources, so they will not charge that what are the resources which you have not used, right? So that is the one of the massive economic of scale. Like here, because of aggregate use from all customers, so AWS can achieve higher economics of scale and pass savings onto the customers. Now just have a look for the stop guessing capacity. One picture, if you see in the left side, it is telling that overestimated server capacity. In the second case, underestimated server capacity. And the third one is scaling on demand. Now you explain, anyone, what does mean by this all three? Did you understand? The first of all, stop guessing capacity. How many of you understood? Raise your hand. In stop guessing capacity, how many of you have understood? Just raise your hand. Okay. less than 50 people. Okay. Rest of you are not understood. Okay, fine. So now anyone explain what does mean by this overestimated server capacity, underestimated, and scaling on demand?
Sir, in the first figure, it is so that we purchase a lot of services, but the customer use less services. So there is a overestimate of the services. In the next figure, it is so that we uh, we purchase our services, but the customer uses more services. So it is underestimated service. And the third figure shows that we purchase our services, but the customer use the services at that uh, at that comparison the services is used. If the services is used by the customer more, then it is scale up, and if the services is used by the customer is less, then it is scale down.
So which one is the cloud part?
The last one.
Very good. So here, like you see, this both the example in the left, both the picture, if you see, overestimated and underestimated, these are the part of on-premises. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Is it a part of on-premises or cloud?
On premises.
On-premises, right? Because in the on-premises, like suppose you have a server, a storage, and every devices, and you have purchased, lots of server, storage devices, then RAMs and all. Everything you have purchased from the market, right? But just look at here the green that mark. Can you see here? This just look at my cursor here. Like the green mark is what it is a use part. Okay. Or you can see, or in this side also you can see that how they are showing that the measurement of the use of the customer of your services, right? Like you have established one company and you have purchased that different dedicated server, the hardware resources, all the CPU and everything, storage devices, everything you have purchased from the market, right? And your customer, you don't have that much of client, okay? But you thought of like maybe there will be a, in couple of days or in couple of months, there will be a huge number of clients. They are going to interact to our business, right? So you have purchased accordingly. And in this case, if you see, like the use cases are very less. I mean, the customers, you have the number of customers is very less accordingly. If few customers are there, so definitely the consumption of the resources will be less. So that things here they are marking it. So it is like overestimated server capacity. Like you have estimated lots of server, but that is not in use, right? So this is the concept of overestimated. The unnecessary you have wasted the money for purchasing those all resources, all the hardware infrastructure, right? And but they are nobody is using those. So you have invested the money, but it is not in use, right? So that is the concept of overestimated server capacity. But if you'll see in this case, second case, underestimated server, you have purchased, you expected that maybe there will be a 100 TB of storage that will be required, and accordingly the server you have also the number of servers you have purchased and all the physical infrastructure that you have purchased from the market. But you found that okay, what you have estimated, it's beyond that. I mean, like suppose you have estimated 1000 client is going to interact with your business in next 1 year, right? But the situation is that in within a 1 year, like more than 10,000 client is trying to interact with you. I mean, trying to get a service from your company, right? So in this situation, that the condition like underestimated server capacity, what do you have estimated? You estimated that maybe 1,000 client, maximum 1,000 you are estimated, but it went beyond of that, right? It reached up to maybe 10,000 or 20,000, like that way. So this is the critical situation, like where your whatever estimation was there totally failed. And then in this case, you'll see that condition is about the underestimated server capacities. Now, if we come to the scaling on demand, so this is the best way, like you can see on the cloud, whatever the instance is running as per the time and as per the demand, application demand. Sometime the client is, not having that much of demand. So from the client side, so it can be scaled down, and then it can be at any point of time, if we required more, so it will be scaled up. So that's why if you see the graph, it is sometime is a down, sometime is up. So it indicates that when the demand is used, so it is automatically from your service provider side, it is scaling up. And when the demand is less, accordingly, it is scaling down. So you can see as per the time, as per the requirement, right? Your graph is showing that it's a scaling up and a scaling down. I hope it's clear to all. This is all about the stop guessing capacity. Now you can move to increase speed and agility. Just have a look, everybody. What does it mean by this? Increase speed and agility. Weeks between the waiting resources and having the resources, right? Minutes between the waiting resources and having resources. So if you see that the purchasing request, like you have the management approval required, finance approval required, then you'll receive PO receipts, then item will be ordered, then the order will be pulled, then shipped, delivered, then it will be unpacked. So all the process, it will be done in which way? Is it a cloud part or is it on premises? This all those things. It is the on premises, like all the if you request for just think of it, you are working in the KIT and you are requesting for one server, right? You want that the big server should be established in the ICT cell. Okay. So in this case, maybe you are the head of ICT cell. So can you, even you are a head of ICT cell department of the KIT. So can you purchase the server within a day? Can you purchase without any approval from the university management? Even you are the head of department?
No, sir.
No, you cannot do that. Just think of it. You don't have the permission even. You can request, you can drop a mail, you can show your requirement, but you cannot get those things. So for that, you require lots of, in the backend process, in the sense of approval and all. So it will goes to maybe the vice chancellor and other management team. So once they will be approving it, then again it will goes to that your IT team. Again, they will also verify that what kind of server, what is the requirement. Then they will also recheck it once. Then they will give the order that, the team will give a order. And accordingly, whenever you are giving the order to wherever, I mean, you are giving order to suppose Cisco. Cisco is suppose going to deliver the router or switches, right? Or maybe the server, okay? Or you are looking for some, VMware or some other company. So you have given the order and they will also not immediately purchase. I mean, they will also not immediately ship that order. They will not immediately deliver it to your organizations. That is also not possible. They will collect your order, then they will check it in their company, whether the resources, what they are looking for, is it available or not. If it is not available, they will not tell you that it is not available. What they will do, they will also manage. They will request to some other company. They will not show to you that they are purchasing from somewhere else. But as you are the client of that particular company, so what they will do, they will manage. That is their job. They have taken your order and that is their responsibility to deliver to your, as per your deadline and all. Suppose 5 days time period you have given. Within 5 days or within a week, I need this requirement. Okay. So accordingly, they will manage and they will deliver it. So minimum it will take 5 to 10 days, right? So just think of it. One simple server required 5 to 10 days to be established in one of the organizations. Even you are too much urgent. Even you are sending the people from your organization, like with all the transport and all, everything you are providing it from your organization, but still it will take 2 to 3 days minimum. Done. So in this case, just think of it. You are, going for on premises, right? And here, if you'll go on the cloud, you can launch immediately any type of resources. You can request the service provider, and if they will give you the platform, even you will take an example of EC2 instances. It will work like a virtual server only, right? So it is, as much like the resources which is required in the server, the same resources you will get on the EC2 instance, right? So why do you worried about the physical infrastructure? Everything, whatever your server, the physical dedicated server will do in your organization, the same thing your EC2 instance will do. It will perform the same task. It will take a request from the client. It will do the monitoring. It will do everything from the backend. You will use the CloudWatch and many more services. Storage also you can use S3 or EBS. Everything you will take it from the cloud, and it will take hardly 2 to 5 minutes only for the enabling the request, enabling that services. Just that's all. So just think of it how cloud is beneficial. So we are going through the advantages of cloud. So that's why if you see on the right side, like there is a icon like launch, and there at the bottom of that, you will see the minutes between waiting resources and having resources. So the waiting period is very, very less as compared to your on-premises. Here the waiting period is maybe it will take a week, but here it will take a 2 to 5 minutes. So within a minute, you'll get that all the resources. So that is our increased speed and agility all about. Now let's move ahead with the next advantage. Stop spending money on running and maintaining data center. Just have a look. Now you people will explain. Just think and explain. Have you understood? And तुम लोग को समझ आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, explain someone. जो लोग समझ गए एक्सप्लेन करो.
इन प्रीमिसेस
अगर तुम इंटरव्यू में जाओगे, अगर तुमको बोला जाएगा 5 एडवांटेजेस एक्सप्लेन करो क्लाउड का, कैसे बोलोगे? चलो बोलो. पहला ये मान लो ये तुम्हारा फर्स्ट एडवांटेज है. नाउ एक्सप्लेन इट.
सर ये बोल रहा है कि जो ट्रेडिशनल डेटा सेंटर्स है उसमें स्पेंड ज़्यादा मत करिए, एंड जो अपना मनी है वो कोर बिजनेस एंड कस्टमर्स के ऊपर ज़्यादा इन्वेस्ट करना.
ओके, एनीवन एल्स? 5
So
जन
running
one
data
by one.
center,
One by one. Yes.
so running and maintaining data center requires a lot of like renting lands, buying the dedicated physical hardwares like hard disk and all, electricity bills, security and all that.
ठीक है.
Sir, it is saying instead of running data centers, you can invest same money for your business and customers using cloud.
Very good. Like, can you give me the example of this?
So instead of buying hardware for the servers and
नहीं,
maintaining,
real world example दो.
सर घर में अपने बिजनेस में सर आप
नहीं, कंपनी का नाम बताओ. अभी जो है करंट इंडस्ट्रीज में इस पॉलिसी को कौन कौन सी कंपनियां हैं जो अभी फिलहाल, मतलब 2-4 नाम. हमें सारी कंपनी तो हजारों लाखों कंपनी है जो क्लाउड यूज कर रही है, लेकिन मेरे को चाहिए कि कुछ फंडामेंटल जो ऐसा एग्जांपल दो, रियल वर्ल्ड एग्जांपल, जो करंट ये सिचुएशन जो है अभी जो हम एडवांटेज देख रहे हैं स्क्रीन पे. मुझे पहले क्या है बाद में क्या वो नहीं चाहिए. जो करंट सिचुएशन है जो स्क्रीन पे अभी तुम लोग को जो दिख रहा है, इस पे बेस्ड गिव मी सम एग्जांपल दैट the what are the different the name of the companies, those who are looking for this, they are not investing money on the running data center, they are only focusing on the business and the customer. They are not going back to the
For example,
maintaining data center.
for example,
They are mainly startups.
Swiggy,
Netflix or ARM.
Zomato,
Yes,
Swiggy, Zomato.
yes, very good.
So they are mainly startups and some of the data analytics and big data analyzing companies, like
Yes.
they trade in INC.
Yes, very good. So mostly all the startup company nowadays you'll see like they don't have that much of money to invest on the data center, right? So all the startup company nowadays, if you see, they are focusing on only business and the customer. They are not investing money on the data center. Remember this. They are a SaaS-based company. Like we have discussed in the previous classes, the software as a service. So most of the companies nowadays, those who are a startup company, they are a SaaS-based company. I mean, they are using software as a service concept or software as a service model from the cloud, right? So here if you see, if they are using software as a service, so do they need to invest money on their data center? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
They only have to pay
Yes,
while
you have,
they.
you have to just stop thinking of investing money in the running data center. You don't have to worry at all, right? In this case, like why do you worry for the maintenance, for the hardware, for the monitoring, for purchasing all physical infrastructure, then the capital, then the manpower also required. They don't have that much money. There are one or two people just trying to start the business. Like you guys can open your own IT company. In this situation, can the two people, if you'll maintain a data center, can it is possible that two-person can handle entire business? If you are going to maintain and run their data center, will it be possible in this situation?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Not possible. If two friends from your batch, maybe you and your maybe your one of the friend, right? From your section, you both of you have planned like we will also open our own IT company. We'll make our own startup, right? So in this case, first your thing should be go on the cloud. The first thinking will be on the cloud because remaining part you don't have to worry. Just even you have all the knowledge of everything, all the hardware infrastructure knowledge also you have. Even you know that like what are the resources which will be required, how much capacity it will be required, what are the where we can start our data, everything you know that, but still you don't have to worry for this because if you're stuck on that, then there will be a due to that only the people are going for the suicide. Those who are worried about that the physical resources because the physical resources has huge money investment and if you'll focus on that, then you cannot survive in the market nowadays. It's very difficult. Yeah, later on you can go. I'm not stopping the people, those who are believing on the on-premises concept or those who are the company, there are lots of old company, they have their own premises setup, they have their own data center. So I'm not discouraging those companies. Just my thinking is that, and I believe on that, even you can also think in that way, like in current situation, like you are just BTech student and you want to make your own business and you wanted to start study open that one startup company and there you wanted to just open that particular online maybe there is a one idea came in your mind like you are going to just open one e-commerce website, right? uh, Over the cloud, right? In this situation you don't have to worried about at all on any physical infrastructure. So you can just simply you can use your logic what how the things can be delivered, how the we can reach to the customer, how we can do the branding. So these are the things, these are all about the business, right? Business and reaching to the customer. The main goal should be that how you can advertise in such a way that it can reach to the maximum number of customers. Not about the reach to the maximum number of hardware resources, not that huge capacity of RAM. You don't think of it. You don't think of it, which kind of CPU, what are the core of the CPU that will be used, what is the processor, and what are the storage that you are going to use. You don't worry about it. So that's why the most of the company, all the startup company, if I'll take an example, so they are moving on the cloud. That is the reason. Even the old company also use the resources on the cloud, right? So I hope it's clear to all, business and the customer. So main focus should be on business and customer, not worried and the investing money or wasting time on the running data centers. So that is the one advantage we all have, I hope, understood. Now look at here this. Go global in a minute. How many of you have understood? Just see. So in this case, you need to think some in a different way. ये अगर एडवांटेज जो समझ गया इसका मतलब सारे एडवांटेज समझ गया. How many of you have understood? Go global in minutes. Okay, raise your hand those who have understood. This is the one of the best advantage of cloud. Those who have understood this advantage, go global in minutes, just raise your hand. Okay, any people? ठीक है, तो बताओ आंसर. जो लोग पहले से बोल चुके हैं आंसर वो लोग नहीं बोलेंगे इस बार. जो लोग कभी रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं किए हैं वो लोग ट्राई करो बोलने का. कि आप लोग मेन गोल आप लोग का है कि इंटरव्यू और ऑनलाइन टेस्ट को फेस करना और अपना इंटर्नशिप या फुल जो ऑफर जो मिलेगा आपको और ऑन कैंपस जो हायरिंग होगा उसमें आपको परफॉर्म करना है. तो आपका फोकस होना चाहिए जब जब अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है बोलने का तो आपको कोशिश करो जितना बोल पाओ इंग्लिश में उतना कोशिश करो बोलने की. So you should answer it. Anyone, those who have not answered yet?
Sir,
And
with this
cloud,
advantage, sir, our application will be easily scalable and latency for the users will also be highly reduced. And in addition to that, our application or business will be spread in all over the world in different regions. So it will help in reducing the overall traffic and the operations of the means business will also be good in that.
Okay, you are close to that. You sure you are close to that? Anyone else? Next person. Those who are not.
Sir, in
sir,
my
in cloud,
perception,
you can
by
scalable.
the help of
Uh-huh.
by the help of
Sir, in
by the help by the help of AWS services, we can
Speak
change
louder,
the location.
Amritans.
Hello,
Speak.
is it audible?
Yes, you are audible. Your voice is not is coming up. A bit louder, just.
So I say that by the help of AWS services, I can provide a service to any location where the user is resides. Suppose if the user in US East, but my business is in US West, so I can change the location and provide the services to the user in a minute. But if I use on premises, then we have to connect all the data centers to the nearby data centers. And by the help of this, we provide the services to the user. So it takes a time.
Okay, good. Next person.
In cloud, we can scalable our businesses. Like in the yesterday lab, we change the server to a different location, like from North Virginia to North Ohio, like that. We can scalable this to a different server in just a minute.
Very good.
Uh,
Yesterday
so
lab, I think you have also it required to change the region for the destination
yes, sir.
sources. Okay, great.
Yes, sir. Yes.
देखो कितना
Hello,
अच्छा
hello,
डिलीट करके बताया. Very good. Go ahead. Next.
hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
tell
sir.
me. I can hear you.
Suddenly, if one location server is there makes high traffic, so another location server can easily tackle this.
Okay, good. Next. Next person.
Yes, sir. So if we talk about like yesterday lab, we have just hosted a static website and it goes live in a minute. And in which region I want to like live on that website. So we just have to change the region and the website is live on that region.
Good, very good. So, you all have understood mostly, but those who have not raised hand, just understand, go global. Mostly those who are not from CSIT background. So for them, maybe they are not, might be they have not been understood this concept. Just understand, if you have done previous lab, you can relate with the previous lab. This concept is very simple, like go global in minutes. Like suppose your instance, just take an example of S3 bucket or instance. Yesterday you did it for the S3 bucket. So S3 bucket, which were located in initially US East North Virginia region, right? And then it asked like as per your requirement, you are also sending that destination to the US East OU, or which region was, guys? Which region you have made it in a study lab? US
I made
East?
it
Sir,
Mumbai.
I was US
Sir,
West.
Ohio.
OU.
So I
Okay.
made it Ohio.
Okay, fine, no problem. So any region you can look at. So just think of it, within a minute, you are changing the region. You are launching, or even your instance, suppose you are launching your instance in Mumbai region. At any point of time, you want to launch your instance in US or Australia or any part of the world, right? So immediately you can launch your particular instances on that particular geographical regions. So this policy and this type of concept is available on the cloud. But just think of this, if you want to open, you want to establish one server, you wanted to start your business and you wanted to keep your all the data center in US. So it's a easy to you open your start your business in some other country. It's very, even in India, even you are starting any company, you need lots of approval from the government. Otherwise, you cannot open your organization. So that just think of it in your own country, that's lots of trouble you will face. But think of it if you're going in other country. So there is lots of approval will be required from the both the side, from the one country to another country. And in the back end, lots of the people engagement and your reference and all, lots of things will be required. You cannot immediately do the things at any part of the world, right? So in this situation, it is possible only when you are using the cloud. So if you have a cloud, you can launch your any kind of storage devices, your instances, your networking devices, or your database, anything, any kind of AWS services, or not only AWS, even if you're using a Google Cloud or you are using Azure Cloud. So you can launch your all the required resources in any part of the globe within a minute. You can change any point of time the storage device in any one location to the other location. You can keep the backup in the different location, because your client is not only that is your business is a global business. It's not only for the one you are going to stick with the one company, one country, right? Like you have opened some of the e-commerce website and it should be accessed by all over the world, right? It is not only like, if you take an example of Flipkart or Amazon. Amazon is not only in India, right? In all over the globe. So even you are giving order from the India, so wherever that they will be having data center and their that whatever that the services which they are providing it from that particular geographical locations. So in India, mostly they will focus on, if you'll go for the AWS cloud services, so they will focus mostly on the Mumbai location, or they will refer to your Hyderabad location, right? If they have the two geographical regions. And along with that, if you'll go for the Google Cloud, then there is a their geographical location is in Gurgaon, I think, Delhi NCR, and another is in Pune. One is in Mumbai. Azure is having in Chennai their data center, and also in Mumbai. So like that way, they have kept that their own data center, all the cloud service provider, and accordingly the client is requesting for the services. Similarly, if you open that your business e-commerce website and there also is someone is requesting to the services, like you are taking example of Flipkart or Amazon, just I have given example. So there, if you'll order some of the things and accordingly it will be delivered. So you are ordering from the India, so India location, they will first find that what are the nearest the services where we can deliver to that client, right? Their employee will be working in such a way that, like, that from which location the person is trying to get the services. Suppose I am in Bhubaneswar and I request some of the things, right? I request one book. So book, if it is available in Bhubaneswar, why they will look for the Delhi or Mumbai, that they will search for that book and then they will deliver from the Mumbai to Bhubaneswar. Unnecessary, they will waste money on that. So they will first find the nearest that location. If they have their the client and they have their different the companies they are in partnership with that, and they will deliver to that particular Amazon. And Amazon for us, we are the client to the Amazon. We are not knowing that from which shop they are purchasing those things, from which place they are collecting the resources. We know that only we have delivered the we have requested for the order, and accordingly they will give you the timeline. Maybe if it is available in Bhubaneswar, so it will, you can reach it in, it will reach to you within 2 days or within a day also. Or if it is not in Bhubaneswar, if it is coming from the any different part of the state, so on there, when it is reaching to you, so it will take maybe 5 days, 10 days, like that. So accordingly, you will see whenever you deliver, whenever you order, at that time you'll see that the deadline, the timing that used to show, right? Like 5 days, it will be within 5 days delivered. Some of the product it will show you within 2 days it will be delivered. Some product it shows you within 10 days it will be delivered. Some product it will be within a month it will be delivered. The product which is showing within a month, so it maybe it is not coming from the same country. It maybe it is coming from the different part of the country. Maybe it is coming from the different country, right? So in this situation, it will take more time. So like that way, that is the policy that follows that all the e-commerce website and all. And accordingly, if you go on the cloud, so they have their nearest data center on that. Whenever we are requesting for the AWS cloud resources, so it will first go to the nearest point. Suppose I'm in Bhubaneswar, so it will nearest location for me is Hyderabad. And those who are near to maybe Pune, so for them nearest location will be Mumbai, right? So like that way, that all the services will be provided accordingly. So but every service provider, they are looking for the more number of the data center, more number of the regions in all part of the globe. If you search in the Google, you will find that AWS having a limited number of regions. Then again, the Google is having also some, not like all over the world, they don't have their all the geographical regions. In some country they have, some country they don't have. So nearby country it is supporting all those resources, right? So, but their plan is that always they are looking for the more number of data center. It should be established in all part of the globe. They are planning. I mean, they all the cloud service provider, their goal is like that only. Okay, so Google and Azure is having more regions nowadays as compared to AWS. But AWS is the oldest cloud service provider. But still, if you check with the region, number of regions, just someone search it now. How many regions are there? How many regions for the AWS and Google and Azure? You can search it. Okay, you guys can search it from your side. So there, I mean, all service provider is looking for that only. I mean, like if you see the example, go global in a minute. So mostly the focusing on that thing only. So like here, if the list of region, if you see on the screen, US East, OEO, West, Asia Pacific regions. So these are the different location where you can keep your all the you can collect you can get all the resources from that particular location, right? And accordingly, in each region we have the some data center. I mean, we have the some availability zones. Like that there is a two things. One is the regions and one is the zones. The zone is a part of the region. I mean, if you have one region, so under it there will be a 2 to 3 availability zones where they keep that some backup of the data center. They keep the data center where in some zone there will be one running data center and another zone will be for the giving the backup to the previous zone, right? Like one of the zone, if it is failed, if any kind of technical issues or any disaster recoveries, for the disaster recovery, you can say that, like any natural calamity is happening, cyclone or any type of earthquake and all, anything can happen. So in this situation, how the other data center can give the backup to that the previous data center. So for that case, they keep that in each zone, in each region, there will be a multiple zones. Like if we take an example of USC, so US is to 1A, 1B, 1C, like that way, there will be a multiple zones. If you'll see the Asia Pacific regions, so in Asia Pacific regions, there will be a multiple zones. In India, again, there will be a multiple zones, like multiple data center. In maybe in China, there will be a multiple data center, right? Accordingly, in all all part of the Asia, there will be a different data center in different countries of all service provider for the AWS, Google, and Azure. So this is all about the Go Global in Minute that is possible on the cloud. Now let's move ahead with the next one. That is your section 2 key takeaways. So just have a look. We have covered all the point, and you can just summarize it. You can read it.
Sir, can you explain the first one? First takeaway.
Hello. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the first one is trade capital expense for variable expenses. ये तो हमने डिस्कस किया था ना कि हमारा जो है क्लाउड अगर आप यूज कर रहे हो तो आप जो है डिफरेंट एक्सपेंसेस के लिए क्यों पैसा खर्च करोगे। मतलब हम लोग अगर क्लाउड यूज कर रहे हैं, दो केसेस है यहाँ पे हमने लिया था। वन इज फॉर योर ऑन प्रीमाइसेस एंड अनदर वाज फॉर योर क्लाउड, राइट? So if you're using, that on premises, so you have to, you have to worry for all those things, all physical infrastructure, right? Along with the platform, along with the application and everything, you have to worry it if you have the on premises. So you have to, invest money for capital as well, like where you are keeping your data center, where you are establishing your company. So on there also the physical infrastructure, you are keeping the server, router, switches, all the networking devices and all the IT infrastructure, you are keeping it somewhere. So for that, the capital is also required. The space will require. Some manpower is also required, right? And if any failure is happening, any fault is coming in your infrastructure side, so for that there should be a troubleshooting should be done. For that also, that maintenance and all that will be taken care by your company. So for this, you have to invest lots of money on this. Why do you expense, like in the sense of you are investing money on those all the things which is not actually necessary if you'll use a cloud, right? So that's why the people are not investing money on the dedicated infrastructure. They are just moving on the cloud, simple, and they're consuming all those resources, and accordingly you have to pay for that. It's not like the resources which is not in use and you are unnecessary, you are keeping it in your environment, right? So why do you pay for those things? So move on the cloud. Cloud will not ask you for the things that which is not in use. The resources which you are not consuming, so you don't have to pay for those amount for those things. So for that case, that is the one advantage that we have discussed, like the trade capital expense for the variable expense. Understood?
Nice.
Okay, so let's move ahead with the next section. That is our introduction to Amazon Web Services. That is your AWS. And what are web services that you have to understand? So web services is what is any piece of software that makes itself available over the internet and uses a standardized format that is like extensible markup language, that is XML or JavaScript, object notation, JSON for the request and the response of an application programming interface, that is API interactions. So like when you request that if you are a client, you send a request to the web services, right? So over the HTTP protocol, HTTPS, it will reply to that particular web page, and then you'll get a response through the internet. So they uses the two languages basically, a centralized language like XML, or they uses JavaScript, okay, for the all the front end part. So there will be a you have done the previous lab where they have used that HTML code, and do you remember, like where you are opening the website, so on there the image and all the order and all the name and all you are writing it. So they have given some files. I hope you have seen. There were just some pictures. Then there was just a CSS file were there, HTML file were there. We are editing on this HTML file, and accordingly, when you are coming up to the static website, so it is reflecting accordingly, right? So that is what in the web service, if you see on the AWS or the web services, if you take an example of it, so it's a simple, it's also a software, right? So it is a software, and for making this software, that requires some language, and that language will be maybe you can use JavaScript, or you can use XML, right? So these are the languages will help you to interact with the API and to reply to the client, right? So that you can see in the image itself, like client is send a request message, and then from the web service, it is responding to the client over the internet. So internet is important here, as you all know that if you are using cloud services, so definitely internet is a most important things. Now, what is AWS? Just a minute, guys. Yeah, just have a look. That is what is AWS. So AWS is a secure cloud platform that offer a broad set of global cloud based product. So we have already made multiple time we have discussed. So these are what are the terms they have mentioned it in definition. I hope you all knows that already. So second bullet point, if you see, AWS provide you with on-demand access to the compute, storage, network, database, and other IT resources and the management tool. Already you know that if you take an example of compute, so compute is what, guys? What are the compute services? Can you tell me? Batao?
EC2.
EC2, AWS Lambda, AWS Fargate. So these are the what is a AWS compute services, right? So and these services is on-demand access. Like as per the need of the client, accordingly, it will be a scaling up, a scaling down, and accordingly, you will consume those resources. Storage service, what are the storage service? Can you tell me the name of that?
S3 bucket.
S3
buckets
S3,
EBS,
EBS, EFS. Network service, tell me.
security group IAM.
Yes. हाँ वो तो सिक्योरिटी सर्विस हो गया। अरे
ACL.
नेटवर्क हाँ
ACL.
ACL ACL क्या था तुम्हारा? सिक्योरिटी सर्विस में था ना, नेटवर्क ACL एक था तुम्हारा,
IM
सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप
IM
IM ये सब सिक्योरिटी सर्विस में आएगा। नेटवर्क में तुम लोग VPC पढ़े होगे,
VPC.
Yes sir, DPC.
डेटाबेस
हाँ
सर Amazon EBS
DS.
EFS
फिर इलास्टिक लोड बैलेंसर।
अरे EBS EFS ये सब स्टोरेज सर्विस है। S3 EBS EFS ऑल ऑफ द स्टोरेज सर्विस। ये डेटाबेस सर्विस पूछ रहा हूँ मैं।
RDS.
सर
RDS.
EFS,
Amazon S3, RDS.
RDS, EBS।
RDS हो गया, EBS नहीं। EBS फिर से तुम बोल रहा है स्टोरेज सर्विस का। स्टोरेज
सर EBS उस दिन मेंशन था उसमें।
EBS मेंशन था किसमें? डेटाबेस में?
जो नहीं जो उस दिन इमेज
हाँ
जो दिखाए थे उसमें।
हाँ उसमें तो डेटाबेस में EBS तो नहीं होगा ना, स्टोरेज में होगा। रुको मैं फिर से दिखा देता हूँ।
स्टोरेज एंड डाटाबेस में था सर, Amazon EBS।
स्टोरेज एंड डाटाबेस मतलब डाटा देखो
ये सर Amazon EBS।
ये सब स्टोरेज का हो गया। देखो मैं यहाँ पे तुम लोग क्लैरिटी दे देता हूँ, यहाँ अगर कंफ्यूज हो गए तो लिख लो जहाँ पे भी इसको नोटेड डाउन किए होगे। स्टोरेज में आता है EBS EFS S3, ये तीनों स्टोरेज का पार्ट है, तो लिख लो कहीं। और जब डाटाबेस बोलेंगे ना तो RDS हो गया, ग्लेशियर हो गया, रेडशिफ्ट हो गया, डायनेमो DB ये सब मेंशन नहीं है यहाँ पे, लेकिन आगे तुम लोग को मिलेगा वो सब जो कंसेप्ट जो है आगे आएगा और डिटेल में। पर यहाँ पे शॉर्ट में दिया गया है, लेकिन जब डिटेल में जाओगे ना तो वहाँ पे और भी डाटाबेस का नाम है, तो आप खुद से भी लिख सकते हो, मैं बोल दूंगा तुम लोग लिख लो। डाटाबेस में क्या लिखोगे? RDS रिलेशनल डाटाबेस सर्विस, Amazon रेडशिफ्ट, ग्लेशियर डायनेमो DB, ये सब जो है तुम्हारे डाटाबेस के अंदर आते हैं। और भी हैं बहुत सारे डाटाबेस, इतना याद रखो। ओके नेक्स्ट you can move to the next slide, like we were in AWS, right? So AWS provide you with on demand compute का मतलब जान ही रहे हो तुम लोग, EC2 इंस्टेंसेस, AWS लैम्डा वगैरह ये सब कंप्यूट सर्विस में आता है। स्टोरेज सर्विस अभी डिस्कस किया, नेटवर्क सर्विस डिस्कस किया, डेटाबेस हो गया, एंड अदर IT रिसोर्सेस एंड द मैनेजमेंट टूल्स। सो अदर व्हाट आर द अदर IT रिसोर्सेस इट कैन बी गाइस? और क्या IT रिसोर्सेस हो सकता है इसके अलावा? कंप्यूट, स्टोरेज, नेटवर्क, डेटाबेस के अलावा और क्या हो सकता है?
सिक्योरिटी,
लैम्डा।
सिक्योरिटी लैम्डा तो वो आ गया उसमें ना, कंप्यूट में आ गया। EC2 AWS लैम्डा फारगेट ये सब कंप्यूट के अंदर आता है। तो IT ऑल रिसोर्सेस जो हैं, तुम सिक्योरिटी पार्ट इसमें नहीं ऐड था, वो ठीक है बोल सकते हो। उसके अलावा राउटर स्विचेस जो है, ये सब जो बेसिक जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो होते हैं, ये सब जो है IT रिसोर्सेस में आ जाएंगे। सर्वर वगैरह, सर्वर तो ठीक है कंप्यूट में EC2 तुम ले लिए तो सर्वर का आ गया पार्ट। तो बाकी जितने भी और जो तुम्हारा ये होता है ना, NIC नेटवर्क इंटरफेस कार्ड, ये नाम सुने होगे तुम लोग, डू यू नो दैट NIC? वो हो गया। ये सारे चीज जो है ये आते हैं IT रिसोर्स के अंदर। AWS ऑफर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, वी ऑल नो दैट इट इज यू नो scalable services, it is a flexible, it can scale up, scale down, all those things we can do it as per the need, right? So AWS offer flexibility, that is fine, you all know that. You pay only for the individual services you need for as long as you use them, right? So whatever the services that you will consume and the individual services that you need on that basis, and as that period of time, as long as you use those resources, so for that you have to pay that amount to the service provider. तो ये है हमारा AWS का पॉलिसीज, ये हमें पहले से भी पता था। AWS सर्विसेज वर्क टुगेदर लाइक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स। तो AWS का जो भी सर्विसेज है, एक ऐसा नहीं है कि हम S3 यूज कर रहे हैं और EC2 में कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, या हम डाटाबेस सर्विस ले रहे हैं और स्टोरेज का कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। ये सारे सर्विसेज अगर हमें एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहे हैं और उस सारे एप्लीकेशंस का जो जो चीजें हैं वो सब AWS से हमने ले रखा है, तो उस पर्टिकुलर एप्लीकेशन के लिए जितने सर्विसेज, उस एप्लीकेशन के लिए अगर हमें इंस्टेंस चाहिए, अगर हमें स्टोरेज चाहिए, हमें डाटाबेस चाहिए, अगर हमें नेटवर्किंग सर्विसेज चाहिए, सिक्योरिटी सर्विसेज चाहिए, सो एवरीथिंग विल वर्क टुगेदर to make this application best, and it will fulfill the requirement of the client. Got it? So all will work together. Is that clear to all? Have you understood,
Yes,
guys?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now come to the next one, categories of AWS services. तो यहाँ पे सारे जितने सर्विसेज यूज होता है ना AWS में, वो सारे चीज यहाँ पे मेंशन कर दिया है। तो ये तुम लोग इसको जो है ध्यान में रखना, इसको याद भी रखना। ऐसे तो हमें इतना सारे सर्विसेज का जरूरत नहीं है, हम लोग का जो कोर्स में जो रिक्वायर्ड है वही सब हम एक्सप्लोर करेंगे। हम लोग स्टोरेज के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, उसके बाद सिक्योरिटी, आइडेंटिटी एंड कंप्लायंस पढ़ेंगे, थोड़ा बहुत डेवलपर टूल के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, फिर कंप्यूट हो गया, इसके बारे में एक्सप्लोर करेंगे हम लोग। नाउ विल मूव टू द डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट एंड गवर्नेंस बिट, then cost management, networking and content delivery. So these are the services that we will focus. Application integration bit, it will be there. AR/VR तो नहीं है, ब्लॉकचेन भी नहीं है, लेकिन ये सारे सर्विसेज AWS प्रोवाइड करता है। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हमारे कोर्स में नहीं है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि AWS नहीं प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, वो ये सारे चीज प्रोवाइड करता है। ब्लॉकचेन का सर्विस भी है, मीडिया सर्विस है, AR/VR भी है, एप्लीकेशन इंटीग्रेशन है, एवरीथिंग, मशीन लर्निंग का है सर्विसेज, everything they are looking into it. Yeah, tell me, who was asking something?
सर
सर मशीन लर्निंग का क्या क्या सर्विस है?
क्या बोल रहे हो?
सर मशीन लर्निंग का क्या क्या सर्विस है इन द सेंस?
मशीन लर्निंग का सर्विसेज तुम एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो, देखो उसके डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में AWS का कि क्या क्या है, ML का क्या क्या सर्विसेज है, मशीन लर्निंग में AI रिलेटेड ऑल जितने भी टूल्स हैं, और उसका जो AWS प्रोवाइड करता है वो सब सर्विसेज तुमको मिल जाएगा। इसके डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में एक्सप्लोर कर सकता है मशीन लर्निंग का क्या क्या है इसके अंदर सर्विसेज। ये हमारे एक्चुअली कोर्स AWS क्लाउड के कोर्स का नहीं है, ये जो है AWS सर्विस प्रोवाइडर है ना, तो उसको थोड़ी ना केवल ऐसा नहीं है कि जो क्लाइंट का जरूरत है उतना ही, उसको तो बहुत सारे ऐसे सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करना है जो जो दूसरे कंपनी के लिए वो हेल्प कर सकता है, दूसरे प्रोडक्ट का। आई मीन जैसे मान लो कि तुम ML पे जो है, बहुत सारी ऐसी कंपनियां हैं जो ML के लिए एक्सपर्ट है, मैक्सिमम लोग जो है वो कंपनी को प्रिफर करते हैं मशीन लर्निंग के लिए। तो अब उनका भी डाटा को जो है क्लाउड में सपोज उनको ये करना है, अपने डाटा को रखना है, मशीन लर्निंग या AI का जितने भी इंफॉर्मेशंस हैं या जो उनके डाटा हैं उनको क्लाउड में रखना है। तो अब क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर वो सर्विस को तो ऑफर करेगा ना, वो सर्विस अगर ऑफर नहीं करेगा तो फिर आप AWS या गूगल और एज्योर में कहाँ से वहां पे डाटा कैसे डालोगे? तो वो सर्विस भी उन लोगों ने एनेबल कर रखा है। अंडरस्टूड? सो उसी के अंदर आता है, जैसे मशीन लर्निंग वगैरह हो गया या फिर से AR/VR हो गया, राइट? ये भी सर्विसेज वो लोग ऑफर करते हैं। ब्लॉकचेन, ब्लॉकचेन बहुत कम कंपनी जो है इस पे काम कर रही है, राइट? जो सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड जो कंपनी है, इंडिया से बाहर वाली कंपनी बहुत सारी है जो काम करती है, US वगैरह में तो ये बहुत पॉपुलर है। तो इस पे जो है अब उनका भी डाटा है, उनको भी अपना स्टोरेज चाहिए, रिसोर्सेस वगैरह, तो वो लोग के लिए भी ऑफर करता है क्लाउड सर्विस प्रोवाइडर कि आपके पास, हमारे पास जो है ब्लॉकचेन का भी सर्विस है, आप इसमें अपने इंफॉर्मेशन को यहाँ पे भी आप यहाँ से गैदर कर सकते हो, यहाँ पे आप स्टोर कर सकते हो। तो दैट काइंड ऑफ पॉलिसी दे हैव। या नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। बोलो।
Sir, what difference between database and storage? Both are used for storing data.
बोलो क्या बोल रहे हो?
Sir, what is the difference between the storage service and the database service? Both are used
Database,
for storage
see,
or service.
yeah, so just see, storage is what? Any type of file, any type of the video, audio, this type of things you can keep on the storage service, right? Like suppose movie तुमको स्टोर करना है, या तुम्हारा कंपनी का बहुत सारे ऐसे हैं जो जो वीडियोस वाले फाइल्स हैं या टेक्स्ट फाइल हैं, ये चीजें जो हैं, ऑडियो फाइल्स हैं, बहुत सारे हैं, इंफॉर्मेशन कन्वर्सेशन फाइल है, किसी से तुम डील कर रहे हो उसका रिकॉर्डिंग है, ये सारे चीज जो है या टेक्स्ट ईमेल वगैरह कर रहे हो उसका फाइल से, तो ये सारे चीज कहाँ पे स्टोरेज में यूज करोगे, तुम स्टोरेज सर्विस वहां पे यूज कर सकते हो। लेकिन डेटाबेस में क्या चाहिए, हमें रिकॉर्ड रखना है। अगर मान लो तुम्हारे पास जो क्लाइंट लोग जो ऑर्डर कर रहे हैं, उसका किस टाइम में कौन सा क्लाइंट, उसका ऑर्डर आईडी क्या था, उसका आधार कार्ड का नंबर क्या था, उसका डिटेल क्या है, ये तो एक एक्सेल जैसा फाइल में स्टोर होगा ना। जैसे आजकल तो ठीक है एडवांस एक्सेल एआई बेस्ड एक्सेल आया है, बट एक्चुअली the data will be collected in the tabular format, right? Row or column format, and this type of information you have. So for that we required that the shortest way, that is your database service. database service हम अगर enable करते हैं तो वहां पे हम लोग जो है क्वेरीज वगैरह कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पे जैसे तुम आरडीएस यूज कर रहे हो, तो ये आरडीएस बेसिकली क्या करेगा, ये रिलेशनल डाटाबेस सर्विस है। ये डिफरेंट डिफरेंट जो है टेबल्स के रिलेशन। हाँ हाँ बोलो क्या हुआ, आर यू आस्किंग एनीवन एनीथिंग? तो इस केस में क्या होगा कि तुम्हारे पास अगर जो टेबुलर फॉर्मेट में जो डाटा है उसको हमें कलेक्ट करना है, या उसके डाटा को हम लोग, ऐसा नहीं है कि हम एक्सेल फाइल ले रहे हैं, हम एसक्यूएल डाटाबेस जो है, जैसे तुम माई एसक्यूएल यूज करते हो, ओरेकल का सॉफ्टवेयर, ओरेकल टूल जो यूज करते हो, वहां पे क्या लिखते हो तुम लोग, क्वेरीज वगैरह लिखते हो, और तुम लोग टेबल इमिडिएटली क्रिएट हो जाता है। हम लोग नॉर्मली क्या करते हैं कि हमारे पास जो है एक्सेल सीट होता है, उसमें हम लोग रोल नंबर नेम ये सब डालते हैं और वहां से हम डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं। लेकिन हमें इमिडिएटली टेबल क्रिएट करना है, हम क्वेरीज लिखेंगे, हम कोड लिख के हम अपना डाटाबेस क्रिएट, अपना एक पर्टिकुलर डाटाबेस बना सकते हैं। तो ये सारे चीज जो है ये होता है किसके अंदर, डाटाबेस सर्विस के अंदर। ये इसलिए इसको सेपरेट किया गया, स्टोरेज और डाटाबेस को दोनों को अलग इसीलिए किया गया है। बोथ आर नॉट द सेम थिंग, रिमेंबर दिस, बोथ आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स। So storage is just like storing any kind of things. That is all about the storage. But database is totally separated. Like if you keep the record of information, जैसे बैंकिंग जो साइट हैं, जो रेलवे साइट हैं, जो टिकट बुकिंग साइट हैं, उनके पास क्या रहता है, उनके पास डाटाबेस चाहिए उनको, उनको रिकॉर्ड सब सारे जो पैसेंजर हैं उनका डिटेल होना चाहिए। जैसे अभी ये जो प्लेन क्रैश हुआ, तो उसमें जितने लोग ये जो ये थे पैसेंजर थे, उन सबका जो डिटेल जो है वो कैसे इमिडिएटली मीडिया में आ गया और कैसे इमिडिएटली शेयर हुआ, तो उसका एक डाटाबेस था, वहां पे सारे लोग का रिकॉर्ड रहता है, आप वहां पे एंट्री करते हो, उस डाटाबेस में रिकॉर्ड, तो वो सब जो है डाटाबेस के अंदर आता है। उसको भी हमें जो है हमें कहीं स्टोर करना होता है, तो हम पहले डाटाबेस हम क्रिएट करते हैं, तो वो सारे डाटाबेस सर्विस के अंदर कैटेगरीज में आएगा। उसको जब हम फिर से अगर स्टोरेज में डाल देते हैं, उसी चीज को स्टोर करते हैं, तो वो एक डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज आ जाएगा, दैट इज अ स्टोरेज सर्विस। अंडरस्टूड? सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स, बोथ आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स। You cannot directly say that storage and database are the same. No, both are the different things. Is that clear to you? Who has asked?
Yes, sir. Sir, in means in database services we use Amazon RDMS, DynamoDB, and
यस
so
आरडीएस
we
यूज करते हैं। देखो डायनेमो डीबी यहाँ अभी आ गया स्क्रीन पे, देखो तुम्हारा क्वेश्चन का
yes,
आंसर आ गया। जस्सी,
yes,
हम लोग स्टोरेज में क्या किया, देखो डायनेमो डीबी है, EC2 इंस्टेंस बनाया। ये एक सिंपल सॉल्यूशन एग्जांपल है, इसको अंडरस्टैंड करो। तुम लोगों ने जब से ही लॉगिन किया, सपोज लैब कर रहे हो, सपोज इसको रिलेट करते हैं लैब से। सपोज यू हैव लॉग इन टू द इंस्टेंसेस, और फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव लॉग इन टू द मैनेजमेंट कंसोल विंडो, राइट? तो जब मैनेजमेंट कंसोल विंडो पे जब तुम लोग जाते हो, तो वहां पे जो होता है बहुत सारे सर्विसेज एनेबल है, उसके सर्विस मेन्यू में जाते हो। उसके सर्विस मेन्यू में जब तुम लोग जाते हो, तो वहां पे S3 टाइप करते हो, कभी कंप्यूट लिखते हो, कभी EC2 टाइप करते हो, कभी RDS टाइप करोगे, कभी EFS टाइप करोगे, जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके हिसाब से सर्च मारोगे तुम, राइट? तो सर्च जब करते हो तो उसमें सारे कैटेगरीज ऑफ सर्विसेज हैं। तो पहले हम लोग क्या करते हैं, वी आर द यूजर, सपोज यू आर द पीपल हियर, यूजर। तुम लोग एक यहाँ पे लॉग इन किए, किसका, AWS डैशबोर्ड को लॉग इन किया अपने, और जैसे ही ओपन किया तो एक वर्चुअल प्राइवेट क्लाउड एनवायरनमेंट तुम्हारे लिए क्रिएट हो गया एक पर्टिकुलर रीजन के अंदर। मे बी मान लो US ईस्ट नॉर्थ वर्जीनिया रीजन है, उसके अंदर तुम्हारा एक क्लाउड एनवायरनमेंट तुमको मिला है। अब उस क्लाउड एनवायरनमेंट में तुमको क्या क्या चीजें चाहिए, आपको क्या सर्विसेज चाहिए, फॉर दैट केस यू हैव टू रिक्वेस्ट। सो आइदर यू नीड, इफ itself if you are opening with the VPC, so it is a part of your networking services, just we have discussed earlier. So if it has been opened with the VPC, virtual private cloud, so it is coming under the networking service. when you will create when you launch instance like maybe EC2 or maybe you'll create a server. अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं virtual server का, तो we will launch a EC2. So it's EC2 is a part of compute service. So then it will be connected. Just you can see here, EC2 is connected to the compute. Now if you come to the database, if you're creating some database in your environment, in your private cloud environment, you're collecting some order and all. So for that, it will be related to your DynamoDB. DynamoDB और अगर रिलेशन बनाना है डिफरेंट डेटाबेस का तो RDS यूज करना है. अगर नॉर्मल डेटाबेस बना रहे हो तो DynamoDB यूज कर सकते हो. AWS एक वन ऑफ द डेटाबेस टूल प्रोवाइड करता है, दैट इज नेम इज कॉल्ड एज अ DynamoDB. ठीक है. अब फिर बोलोगे सर RDS क्यों नहीं यूज किया? तो RDS रिलेशन करेगा वो, जैसे होता है ना RDBMS और DBMS. तो DBMS क्या है? पूरा डाटा को, किस टाइप के डाटा को कलेक्ट करता है. लेकिन हमारे पास जो भी डाटा जो है उनको अगर रिलेट करना है, एक टेबल है, दो टेबल है, टेबुलर फॉर्म में हमारा डाटा है. DBMS क्या किया? उसको स्टोर किया, उस डाटा को, उस पूरे फाइल को स्टोर कर रहा है, डाटाबेस फाइल को. बट हमें रिलेट करना है अगर एक टेबल से दूसरे टेबल को, राइट? जैसे प्राइमरी की, फॉरेन की, ये सब तुम लोग पढ़े होगे. कैंडिडेट की डाटाबेस में सब चीज तुम लोग में भी स्टडी किए होगे, जो लोग कंप्यूटर साइंस ब्रांच के हैं. जो लोग नहीं है उनके लिए बस ये समझ लो कि तुम्हारे पास एक डाटाबेस है जो एक्सेल सीट है, एक और एक्सेल सीट है. ठीक है, दोनों को रिलेट हमें सपोज करना है. तो हम लोग इस केस में रिलेशन जब हम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं तब हम लोग RDS यूज करेंगे. जब हम नॉर्मल सीट हमारे पास है, नॉर्मल डाटाबेस का रिकॉर्ड है, तो हम लोग वहां पे DynamoDB यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, इतना समझ के अभी चलो फिलहाल. ठीक है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज DynamoDB. नाउ कमिंग टू S3. तो हमें अगर ऑब्जेक्ट फॉर्म में हमारा जो डाटा है, आई मीन उसको हमें स्टोर करना होगा, तो हम लोग वहां पे तुम लोग ऑलरेडी चैलेंज लैब कर चुका है इस पे, तो तुम लोग तो इसमें और अच्छे से नॉलेज तो है ही कि Amazon S3 सिंपल स्टोरेज.
So, sir, how much time you will take to complete it?
No, it's done, almost done. So so for this
Okay.
case S3, you can, in this case you can create a S3 bucket. You all know that in the previous class you have created a S3 bucket and you have done the the static website launching in this particular S3 bucket. So I hope you all knows about this. So this is the simple solution example for your understanding about the different categories of the AWS services. Remaining we'll see in the next class. Now you can continue with the Linux class, guys.
Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Let us start the session. Right. Okay, so is the screen is visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday, I think we have done with chapter number 5, right? So let me just show you the guided exercise also. In guided exercise, let me guide you. All right. Okay. So again here. So you need to establish the SSH station with the server A, and then you will be writing the command that is vim tutor. So vim tutor will be one kind of window which basically used for you can say that it teaches the the changes, whatever changes are there and whatever things are there in the Windows platform, right? So then it exits. So basically, what does it say in this particular guided exercise? That so in this particular one, this is basically it want to show you some overlook kind of thing, and that thing you need to go through it and do the overlook over that VIM tutor and all. See, the same things are there, like you need to edit the users, then create some cell variables and create the environment variables are there, right? So go through it. All these things are already written here. And if you will be directly focusing upon the guided exercise, so you'll be learning less. So what I will suggest is basically go through each and every page and check it out. What are the things has been there, each and every commands you can understand, right? The next is we will be talking about managing the local users and the group. So let me tell you the overall concept about this particular chapter. Yesterday also I have taken at least almost 1 hour extra 1 hour session I have taken for this kind of issues that the people are getting, right? And for clearing the issues that the people are facing in their account creations and account access of this particular course. But then also there are many students who are personally again texting me, again mailing me, ma'am, we didn't have received this thing, that thing, and so that. So what else I can do? I have shown that 100,000 plus students has been enrolled. Some people does not know how to log in also. That thing also we will teach. Huh? And then also some people are, they also don't know that they have been given with the access of this course. Yesterday, some people are there that they got to know that, okay, we got this. Some people are also don't know that the mail ID should be given, the kit mail ID should be given in that account creation and all. Session has been taken for this particular issues, but then also some people are mailing. This is totally unexpected things are you guys are doing. Unprofessional way of dealing the things. Okay, anyhow. So when you're talking about a user and a group, right? So let us first understand what is an user. User is, and we can say that an person which has created an account in any operating system, right? The account holder is basically an user, we can say, in a layman point of discussion, right? Now, when there are multiple users can log in into this system, suppose user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, and so on, right? So suppose we can think in that understanding purpose. Now think about, there is an user, the name of the user is, for example, the user, there is an admin user, UA. UA is nobody else, that is an admin user. Now other users which are there, like from 1 to 5, these are the non-admin users are there, right? So an admin user should have whatever what are the permissions that user should hold. The permissions are read permission, write permission, and execute permission, right? And other users, whatever user like based on the category, the admin will be responsible to assign the ACL to this, that is known as access control list, the permissions and all, right? So in that particular purpose, so in case this of ACL, so what are the things that he will be providing to this particular users? For example, user 1, user 3, user 4 should have the permission that is read permission. Okay. Now rest other user, for example, user 2, user 5, they should have write and execute. Other people, please mute yourself. At least this thing, at least you should know that you need to mute yourself if you're not saying anything, right? So these are the permissions should be taken care of. Now think about, if you are the admin, now can you just configure the permission each and every time to each and every user? It will be a tedious task. So there I have taken a 5 example. Now think about, there are thousands of users are there. So to overcome from this particular situation, so there is a concept that is known as a group. I know that many people are knowing this thing, most of us knowing in this thing, but anyhow. So group creation is mandatory for this particular purpose. Now suppose you have created some groups, and according to the groups you have put it the ACL. For example, group 1 you have created, and you have created a group 2. Now based on this, suppose the group 1 should have the permission that is known as a read permission. Group 2 has the permission known as write and execute permission, right? Now after this, what is the next thing? That the user should be get enrolled into this one, right? That for example, user 1, user 3, and user 4 enrolled into the group 1. Now rest other users, that is user 2, user 5 will be get enrolled into the group 2, right? So this is the basically the approach, that how the groups will be get created, how the users will be get created. Now think about, there is one more perspective or one more scenario is there. Like for example, now think about the user number 4 right now get transferred to some other section, or so think about he left the company and he has joined some XYZ company. Now this particular group has been it should not have this user number 4. So for that he need to delete this user number 4 from this group. So it got deleted, but then also the user 4 exists ideally, right? So for that also you need to delete the user from the user list. You right now from the group you have deleted the user from the group list, and later on, as because this user number 4 does not require anymore, so he will be get deleted from this particular zone. Clear up to this? All the scenario is clear to all? So these scenarios will be get described in this chapter. Up to this, all of you are clear? Just tell me yes or no. Clear?
Yes,
मैम
ma'am.
एक बार और ओवरव्यू चाहिए था
What you are doing
Ma'am,
at that point of time? It is impossible to give the
ma'am,
complete overview.
ma'am, one user can be decided into group.
No, you cannot. And see, what is the use of, think about there is a group, like suppose let me take one more scenario in this one. Suppose user number 4, okay, user number 4 suppose both the group, if you want to put, right? So both the group you need to understand that what are the permissions. So read permission is there, and in the group number 2 there is write permission and execute permission is there, right? Now in this group number user 4, it should have what? Read, write, and execute. Okay, execute permission should be there. So why you will be putting the same user in the 2 group? Why would not you will create a third group, and in that group number 3 it should have read, write, and execute permission, and simply you will be enrolling that particular user in this one. That can be a good idea, right? Rather than you are going here, there. So it is basically you are fetching all the permissions. Clear?
Yes.
Rahul, ask me where you don't understand. It is like complete story has been finished, and then you will tell me again, please start it from the starting. So it is only waste
नहीं
of
नहीं
time.
मैम समझ गया.
Okay, done. So let me move to the chapter, right? So here again the concepts are there, like creating, managing, and deleting the local users, then creating, modifying, deleting the local group accounts, and then so on, right? So let me move to the exercise part. Next, the first command is, suppose if you will be typing the command called as id. So it will be showing you the ID of user, that is known as UID. UID, you should understand, this is an user ID. GID is basically your group ID, and this is your group number, group ID again. This is the group ID of student, and all these informations will be there. Similarly, this thing PWD, again it is present working directory, and if you want to get the path of any currently working directory, so simply you will be writing like this and you can get the path of that, right? So next is sudo su. That is what yesterday I was trying to do, but by anyhow it didn't accepted the password. So for doing this particular exercise or particular lab, to create the users, to create the groups, and so on, so you need to do what? You need to just do switch the super user, I mean sudo, that is known as switch. So sorry, so super user do, and su is basically switching the users, right? So switching the users, that is that currently working user is which one? Your student, right? So it will be get changed to your root. Root is an admin user. Okay, just give me 1 second. Now see, student is an the user, that is an normal user. So that is how you can just understand that this is basically where you have logged in as a non-admin mode. And once you are switching the user, so you can just check it out that it is a root user right now, and it has changed from this non-admin mode to admin mode. Clear? So this is how the command is. You need to switch from the non-admin mode to admin mode. Then again, you are checking with the IDs of all the groups and the users. Now you can just check it out. Right now, who is the user? The root is the user. So that is what it is showing you. Okay. So the ID of user ID of root user, it will be showing. The group ID of the root user, it is showing. So all these kind of things will be get displayed in front of you. Similarly, when you are checking out about the PWD, just now again PWD, when you will be doing that is it will be showing you the present working directory, and then again if you want to see that if you want to print out whatever the what is the location of your home, so it will be showing you this one, then again the path and all these things. Okay, so this is basically the thing that you will be doing in this particular year in your admin mode, right? Then you need to exit from the admin mode, then you can just check it from the user that is known as root, it get transferred to the student non-admin mode, I mean the normal user, it has been logged in, and you can just check it out. It get changed from the hash to the dollar symbol, right? So this is the thing. Now next after, again he's trying to change again and again. He has checked all these things. It got repeated. I think by mistake it got repeated, but anyhow. Now next is, if you want to check with the one more, you can say that the user that is present in case of your student. Okay, so you need to check with all this. The command is sudo super user do, because you know that the cat command cannot run in the non-admin mode, right? So for that you need to use the command called as sudo, and then the path and the user that you want to check for. Okay, so similarly he has done. Then what he is doing right now, he is switching from the student user to the user that is known as a operator 1. Okay, and the password for the operator 1 is red hat. That is what you need to type. So you can just check it from the student user, it got changed to the user called as a operator 1. Clear, all of you? Up to this clear? Now here again, when he wants to check the log files, so whatever the messages are there in this log file, so you can just check that it is saying that I want to see from the below how many lines he want to check. He want to check for 5 lines. That is what he has done. Okay, then sudo, see it, what it is doing is basically the same command got repeated, but here the main thing is it is saying that permission got denied, right? So why? Because sudo is not been used and you are in the non-admin mode, so that is why the sudo will be get used, and then after it will be showing you the 5 lines if you'll count 5 lines from the below. Okay, now next after, it is trying to copy the content of this particular file that is known as a motd, which is this particular file is inside the directory that is known as etc, and etc is under the directory called as a root. Okay, so the data of this file will be get copied to this one. The first file whatever we will be writing, that is known as a source, and this is known as a destination. Okay, so again this command will not run because in prefix he didn't use the sudo command. So once it will be done, then it will be copying the things. So once it got copied, just give me 1 second guys, getting one call. Okay, so you can just check it out that the copy of this roll number 7064 Dhoni, can you just mute yourself? Now see the content of this particular file will be get copied to the this file that is old, right? And after that you want to remove that file, means delete, he want to delete this particular file. So as because this file is not empty, the content of the file number 1 get copied to the file number 2. So after that what he want to remove it. So that is why he's asking that do you want to remove, because it is asking because it is not empty file, right? So if you'll type y, yesterday also when I was removing one of the file that is known as f2, so same thing has asked that whether y or no. Okay, so that kind of thing he is doing. Then after,
Hello, ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am, you have told that to copy we should write CP, Then why can't we write cat, cat, cat? Yesterday I also asked
Yesterday
the,
also I have discussed that thing, right?
and right now you have told that content of file 1 will be copied to file 2. Content you have told
Have you
right now.
checked it? Have you checked
Yes.
it? Have you checked it? Yesterday also I told you to check that whether the content of this file get copied to here or the complete file will copy to here. Have you checked it? Have you done the practical?
No.
And then do it and then let me know. Okay. The scenario I have given to you. See, sometime what happen no कि कभी कभी बोलते बोलते कुछ चीजें थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हो सकता है. So that is why मैं आप लोग को 1000 बार बोली कि जो भी कॉपी कमांड पे कल हुआ एंड कैट कमांड पे थोड़ा अपने तरफ से ट्राई करो. Then check it whether the content got copied or the complete file get copied inside that along with the content. वो थोड़ा देखो. Okay. The next is again the same thing because he will be using the sudo and done. This is the end of this particular lab. Okay. Next is we will be talking about the managing the users and all. So before doing that, so we need to know that how to create the users. All right. So to create the user, so you need to you need to use a command that is known as a user add and the name of the user, right? Then after you will be checking that this user is been added to this particular file or not. So to check so it will be used. Why tell? Because new user has been added, no? So this will be added in the last line. Getting it in the last, when suppose 10 lines are there and new user you have created, so it will be added in the 11th number line. Clear? Similarly, when you are checking for the, you want to give some password to this particular user, so it will be same thing. It will be asking the new password and confirming it. Similarly, he has created one more user, that is operator 2, and provided the password for the operator 2, and so on for operator 3. The same thing has been done. Okay. Now, this is known as user mode. User mode is basically a command to update the comments on the operator number 1. So the comment is operator 1. Similarly, operator 2 is the second comment given to the second operator. Okay. And then after he wants to check what? The file, the tail file where it will be holding the informations about the user. Now you can just check it. In this, he is having the comments of the both the users what has been added to it. Okay. Similarly, what he
Ma'am,
is doing, right? Yes.
ma'am, what is the use of the command?
Which one?
What is the use of the command which is given to the user?
What is the use of the command?
What is the use of command which is given to the user, operator 1 or operator 2?
Come again, command or what you are saying?
Ma'am, I said that what is the use of the command that is given to the operator 1 or operator 2?
This is not a command. This is a, what I can say, a comment, or like the way that how you say comment is what that also. Suppose this is a user number 1, no, operator 1. Now you check it. Suppose operator 2 is there. He has written one more comment. You can write. He has written that operator 2, or instead you can write this is an operator 2. So it will be written like that. A statement you can say. Clear?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Now next is he is saying that how to delete
Hello,
an
ma'am.
user. Yes.
And I checked right now, and it also copies the content. CP
Also
command.
copy the content or copy the directory also, the file also.
I just created two files and I just maintain one file and other file was empty and I just copied, just write the command cp space first file space second file name and it copy the content of first file to the second file.
And the file name is there. And have you checked with the cat command?
Yes, ma'am. With cat also it is being happening. Yesterday I was checked.
Then just remember this. Okay. Now you need to again get differentiated between cat single appended and double appended. Yesterday I have just shown you, right? So see, the main purpose of giving these things and see, theories are here, even the guided exercise also, it has all the descriptions are there. But if you'll not try, if you'll not do the hands-on and all, then you will not able to get the clear informations. Getting it? Only remembering the things is okay for the theory part. But while it is coming for your practical part, you need to do hands-on. Otherwise, it is impossible to answer any of the case-based questions by the company. Got it? Yes. The next is if you want to delete an operator, so you'll be using the command called user delete and with the option. Okay. Next is after deleting this particular operator number 3, you need to check it whether it is present in this particular file or not. So once you'll be using the tail command and you can check it, there is no operator that is known as a operator number 3 is currently present. So if previously it was present, now see operator 1, operator 2, operator 3. Once you have performed the delete user and the name of the user, so it got deleted from the list. Okay, similarly, one more way also to confirm that whether the deleted user is present or not, you can just check with this one. And you need to know that in which directory these operators are getting saved or get recorded or get created, right? So that file you need to check it. So this is the end of this particular lab. All of you are clear about this lab also? Is it clear to all? Then we have done with the creating of users. Right now, you will be doing what? Creating of groups and allocating some users to the groups. Okay. So you need to do what? You need to create the operators. That is a name of the group. And you will be assigning some the GID that is known as group ID. Okay. And suppose you have created with a command called as a group add, having the option and the group ID that you have. Suppose you are mentioning a group ID, so it will be assigned with that particular ID. Suppose you are not mentioning any GID or group ID, so by default it will take any number he can choose, right? But as because you have fixed it, it should be having the group ID is 30,000. So it will be get assigned to the operators. Okay. Then next you creating one more group that is known as an admin, but right now you can check there is no specific GID or group ID is there. So that is why automatically it has taken any number. But operators group what you have created, as because you have given the ID, so that ID is get fixed here. Similarly, you are doing what? Adding the operators to the different operators were there. Now you are adding those operators to the group called as a operators. Operator 1, 2, 3 got added to the group that is known as a operator. Then you are checking the what? The ID. Clear? If you'll see, this ID is same for each and every 3 operators. Why? Because this is the GID of operators, group ID of the group called as a operators, and whatever user ID and all these things are there, or these are the details of whom? Of the operator 1. Clear? So this is the way that you need to do it. Again, what he has already created the, see, it has been written, you need to create the sys admin 1, admin 2 and admin 3. So it will be not present, and if it is not present, you need to create it by creating the users. Then you are adding these users to the group called as a admin. Okay, so this is the way that you will be doing with this particular exercise. Clear, all of you? All of you are clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Next class we will be start with the chapter number 7. Okay, that is known as a control access to the files and all. Okay, done. So those people who have no doubt, they can leave, and other people, do you have any doubt? No? Okay, so I'm just ending this class.
Excuse me, ma'am, only
And
one thing I want to ask.
yeah,
Ma'am, before the date expires, we have to complete each and every assignment.
definitely. That should not be get asked, right? If date
Okay.
is there, date has been mentioned, so you should have this clear idea that you need to complete it before.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, then guys, you complete it after today's part, and tomorrow we will be starting with the new chapter. Okay?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sure. And yes,
Ma'am, access problem, ma'am. Red hat access
yesterday I had taken 1 hour of class, extra
Yes,
1
ma'am.
hour of class.
यस मैम मैं उस क्लास में था और मैंने अपना रोल नंबर और ईमेल आईडी दोनों दिया था मैम
And then
पर
what issue you are getting?
ऑलरेडी आई एम फेसिंग
No,
प्रॉब्लम
no,
सेम प्रॉब्लम
see,
मैम
Roman, first tell me when you have given your user ID and the mail ID, does it shows that this particular person is already exist?
नो
Okay, let me
नॉट
check it
शोइंग
again.
यस मैम एंड कल भी मैं अनऑथराइज्ड रेड हैट एकेडमिक अकाउंट फेस कर रहा था और आज भी जबकि मैं अपना रोल नंबर और ईमेल आईडी मैं आपको दिया था मैम और आपने ऐड किया था
If it has been done, then I think you are login from some other link. Okay, so those people who will be not using the proper link, then those people will be facing this challenge again and again, even if you have been enrolled into this, and that thing you need to sort it out.
नो मैम यस
Very
डे आफ्टर यस्टरडे आपने एक लिंक लास्ट में भेजा था जिसको थर्ड वाला लिंक आप बोल रही थी
Give me your user ID. I mean RHN ID.
यस मैम
Dictate it.
हेलो
Dictate your RHN ID.
आरचन आईडी इज 24
24
16
1
24167015
24167015.
yes
Correct,
ma'am.
no?
Yes, correct.
Just
It's
see where here
my
it
roll
is.
number.
मैम जो बच्चे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है वो लीव कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, second date. See, already you are there. See,
But I'm not getting access, ma'am.
I don't know. You just check with the things
Ma'am,
that
can
where
you
you
check
need to log
once
in.
for mine?
No, I
Ma'am, I
cannot check
have
it.
no problem.
I cannot check it, guys. Every
Ma'am,
day you are doing this kind of activities, huh? Am I sitting here to do this kind of activities? Every day I need to check you.
मैम तो फेस प्रॉब्लम फेस हो रहा है इसलिए ना आप
You
क्या
check with
थर्ड वाला लिंक भेज
check.
सकती है या फिर कल जो एक लड़का लिंक भेजा था वो है क्या ग्रुप में वो भेज सकता है क्या लिंक जिस लिंक से एक लड़का कल
Whoever are
एक्सेस किया
able
था
to just give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, tell me whoever IDs you want.
Ma'am,
me.
it's AYUB
AYUB
0709.
0709
And ma'am, email address is 24700
700
96
96.
@kit.ac.in.
This is pathetic, guys.
Sorry, ma'am.
Just wait. I'm giving the link for those who are facing some issues. Okay, to log in into your accounts and all. Hold on. I'm just pasting the same thing in the group. I mean the in the chat right now. Check it. Who was there? Ruman, just check with this one. Otherwise, Ruman, can you just do one thing? You just give me your RHN ID and the password and the WhatsApp. Personally, just give me right now.
Right now, sir.
Just text me the WhatsApp.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, I got the access, but ma'am, while logging, I am like need to provide more details about my like you mentioned na account type like corporate or personal. So I'm going for the corporate.
No. See that link is different. What you are opening, okay? First, understand which link you need to log in.
Okay.
ये बार यही इशू ना मेरे को मत क्या करो.
नहीं मैम, आपने अभी जो लिंक प्रोवाइड किया उसमें मैं क्लिक करके कर रहा हूँ.
रुको तुम लोग यार.
मैम मैंने सेंड कर
कुछ
दिया.
पहले से तुम लोग पहले क्लास से पता नहीं क्या करते हो आप लोग. क्या बोलूं मैं आओ. बड़े बच्चे हो, we cannot say anything, right? But then also password just give me some Ruman.
Yes, already sent.
मैं अभी यही सब करूँगा. पासवर्ड देखूं, सब कुछ करूं. Password is wrong.
Password is wrong.
Yes.
मैम मैं व्हाट्सएप में आपसे रीच आउट करने की कोशिश किया था, बट रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं आया था आपसे.
I cannot because the thousands of messages are there. Understood? And I'm not sitting for this particular class.
Ma'am,
Already I have taken
login,
yesterday.
it's showing unauthorized
Just wait.
access.
Wait. While I'm talking, don't interrupt in between. Yesterday I have taken 1 hour of class. That period of time, what you are doing? Huh? Then you are reaching me over the WhatsApp. Why? Already 7 days, 6 days classes has finished. Ruman, give me the password correctly.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
You don't know your password also. See.
मैम मैं सेंड किया फिर से. इसी से मेरा लॉगिन हो रहा है, जिससे दिख रहा है.
तुम मेरे को ना बकवास बातें मत करो, ठीक है? तुम लॉगिन कर रहा है, ठीक है. तुम्हारा अभी मैं तुमको सब लोग के सामने अभी पब्लिक कर दूं क्या तुम्हारे पासवर्ड को?
देखिए मैम, इसी से मैंने लॉगिन किया पासवर्ड से, जिसमें
Don't
दिख रहा
do
है मैं
any this
अनऑथराइज्ड
kind of issues, यार. See here, I cannot able to. Just let me show you. Can you able to see my screen?
Wait, ma'am.
Yeah. Now see your
Yes,
password
ma'am.
is this. Now login. Trying to log in. See what it is showing me.
मैम ये दिस मैम 24167015 @kit.ac.in.
पागल है क्या? जब तुमको मैं मांगी तुम क्या बोला अभी? क्या दिया तुम अभी मेरे को? हाँ? What are you doing here? Huh? Tell me, tell me.
2416 7015 @hit.ac.in. ac.in.
First
After
of
that,
all, I think तुम यूजर आईडी सही नहीं दिया है, इसका मतलब लॉगिन आईडी एंड यूजर आईडी दोनों सेम दे दिया। ये क्या है, तुम कहीं और क्या क्या कुछ करके रखा हुआ है। अगेन क्रिएट ए न्यू create a new user ID. First you need to know which is your user ID. Got it, no?
okay.
Create a new account. Okay, and then give me all these details, otherwise you guys will not get it.
फिर से अकाउंट बनाना पड़ेगा।
You need to create again the account, and with the same mail ID you need to create it, and the user ID you just create a new user ID, RHN ID.
मैम उसे बोलिए आप मैम, जो मेल आया है ना मैम उसे, मैम वहाँ पे उसे यूजर नेम दिया ना, उस यूजर नेम से अकाउंट क्रिएट करने तो फिर मैम पूरा कोर्स एक्सेस दिखता है मैम, वैसे सेम टू सेम इंसिडेंट हुआ था। ठीक है सर।
क्या बोल रहे हो?
मैम जो ईमेल आया था ना मैम कोर्स एक्सेस का, आप जो मैम भेजे थे इसे, तो मैम उसमें एक यूजर नेम, मैम वो यूजर नेम से अकाउंट क्रिएट करने के लिए मैम फिर
पहले तुम बताओ तुम्हारा इशू रिजॉल्व हुआ है कि नहीं?
मैम मेरा तो हो चुका है मैम पहले ही।
क्या बोले यार, रंजन दिमाग खराब कर दूं बच्चे। हाँ बोलो, क्या बोल रहे हो?
मैम मैं बोला मैम, जो मैम मेल एक्सेस आया है ना मैम कोर्स एक्सेस का बहुत लोगों को, तो मैम उसमें यूजर नेम डिफरेंट है, तो मैम उस यूजर नेम से अकाउंट जब बना के मैम वो लॉग इन करेंगे ना मैम, तो मैम कोर्स एक्सेस दिखता है वहाँ पे क्लियरली।
Can I just provide the link? I think the link is also there with the mail itself, right?
यस मैम, यस मैम।
Yes. Now see, these people, guys, please follow the steps. Ruman, have you got the mail
okay.
in your? Not okay. I'm asking whether have you got the mail in your mail ID?
Yes, ma'am, I've got.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now then just open that. Have you
Yeah,
checked the
opened it.
user ID? Open your mail.
Yes, ma'am. I'm open. Yeah.
Now just check your user ID. What is an user ID here? In your mail, what is the user ID?
मैम अभी कोई मेल आया होगा जो रेड हैट से एक बार आया था मेरे को, उसके बारे में आप बात कर रही है?
हाँ, कोर्स एक्सेस का
कब?
कुछ मेल आया था?
सक्सेस का, यस मैम। इनरोल इन द कोर्स रेड हैट
तो फिर
एकेडमिक, यू आर
अभी
इनरोल इन द
देखो।
कोर्स।
हाँ,
अभी
देन रोमन,
तो
रोमन
इसमें
अभी
मेरा इसमें
बोला।
मेरा यूजर आईडी नहीं है, कुछ ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जिसमें यूजर आईडी दिया हो, तो कुछ भी नहीं है।
ब्रो वहाँ पे यूजर आईडी तेरा दिख रहा होगा क्लियर की।
एक्सेसिंग कोर्स के उधर ना?
हाँ हाँ।
मैम मेरा मेल आ चुका है, क्या आप मेरा एक बार चेक कर सकेंगे?
तुम खुद करो ना, क्यों मेरे को क्यों दिमाग
मैम
खा रहे हो उसका?
मेरे को
मैम
समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मेरे
मैम
पास
कैन आई शेयर
इन्फॉर्मेशन
द
मांग रहा है,
स्क्रीन?
जब मैं इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रहा हूँ तो
इसमें
मेरे
तो
पास वो पोर्टल ही
वेट
बंद
वेट
हो रहा है।
वेट 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 इसमें नहीं होगा स्क्रीन शेयर सा।
मैम मेरा कोर्स एक्सेस में ज्वाइन करा दीजिए ना मैम, कल
मैंने
मैं नहीं
पासवर्ड
कर
भी आपको
पाया
शेयर
था।
करके रखा है।
यार ये खान, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है बेटा, क्यों तुम लोग नहीं समझ रहे हो? मेरे को अभी 10:30 में क्लास है, फिर मीटिंग है। यू गाइज आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग। आप लोग खुद उसको क्यों नहीं ट्राई करे? यू गाइज आर थर्ड ईयर फोर्थ ईयर पीपल, एंड आप लोग अगर इस तरह से बात करोगे कि मतलब ये करना है वो करना है, तो हो गया फिर। हम्म
मैम ये अनऑथराइज्ड रेड हैट एकेडमी अकाउंट बोल रहा है, तो इसके लिए खुद कॉन्टैक्ट सब
क्योंकि तुमने मेरे को अपना डिटेल नहीं दिया होगा।
मैम दिया था, फॉर्म फिलअप किया था, मेल और आईडी।
कब किया था? कल
मैम
परसों किया था क्या?
मैम बहुत पहले किया था।
कुछ दिक्कत होगा इसलिए नहीं हुआ।
क्या कर सकते हैं मैम इसको, कैसे?
मैम मेरे में तो वी नीड मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट यू।
तो उसको दे दो, जितना इन्फॉर्मेशन तुमको देना है दे
मैम
दो उसमें।
देने जा रहा हूँ तो वो ऑप्शन ही सिलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा जिसमें स्टार मारा हुआ है।
मेरे को पागल कर दो तुम लोग।
नहीं मैम, मैं मजाक नहीं
नहीं
कर रहा
मेरे
हूँ,
को
मैं आपको
पागल कर
स्क्रीनशॉट भी
दो।
भेजा हूँ,
मैं एक
स्क्रीनशॉट चेक
काम
कीजिए।
करती हूँ, मैं छोड़ देती हूँ एक क्लास में
मैम
पागल हो गई।
मैम इसको
मुझे उस रेड एक्ट में
अरे
ज्वाइन
रुको
करा
वेट,
दीजिए ना।
अरे नहीं नहीं
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम
करूंगी मैं तुम।
मैम
अरे वेट
स्टेट वाला पार्टी मेरा
गाइस,
गायब हो जा रहा
can you just give me a minute to talk with you?
है। श्योर मैम।
Yeah, thank you so much
मैम
guys. अरे
एक्सक्यूज
यार
मी
wait, I'm giving one more link यार। Okay, I'm giving one more link to join. Okay, join there as soon as possible. अभी मैं चैट में यहीं पे दे रही हूँ। अब मैं कल ये सब और इश्यूज नहीं लूंगी, सच में बोल रही हूँ। भाग
ओके
जाऊंगी मैं
मैम।
कल क्लास से। पागल करती हूँ सब। अकाउंट क्रिएट नहीं करने आ रहा है, अकाउंट लॉगिन करने नहीं आ रहा है, मतलब और इससे ज्यादा और मैं क्या बोलूं।
मैम हमको भी पैथेटिक फील हो रहा है, बट मैम स्टक ऐसा हो
हो
गया
रहा है
है।
तुम मेरे को मार दो, तुम लोग पैथेटिक फील में तुम
सॉरी
खुद
मैम।
नहीं कर रहे हो, मेरे को सब पैथेटिक कर दिए। मुझे लग रहा है मेरे को ही एक वर्ड बोलना चाहिए, सॉरी सॉरी गाइस। जब कोई कोई पूछेगा मैं
पता नहीं
बोलूंगी
मैम
सॉरी
इतना
गाइस
प्रॉब्लम
सॉरी।
इसमें क्यों हो रहा है।
भगवान।
कम से कम मैं मेरा अभी कोर्स में ज्वाइन करा दीजिए वो यूजर आईडी।
यार कुछ नहीं करूंगी मैं। आई एम सो सॉरी गाइस। जैसे अभी मैं बहुत पैथेटिक फील कर रही हूँ अभी। चैट बॉक्स में कहाँ उड़ गया पता नहीं। हाँ देखो बच्चे यहाँ पे भी मेरे को अपना यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड सब देने लगे, वाह। ऑल ऑफ यू ज्वाइन इन दिस लिंक, बी फास्ट। 5 मिनट के लिए आई विल
भेजिए मैम।
टेक
हाँ
दिस क्वेरी। ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज ज्वाइन। रंजन यू ज्वाइन फास्ट।
मैम लिंक नहीं आया फिर।
मैम
चैट
लिंक नहीं
बॉक्स
आया है।
में, चैट बॉक्स
नहीं
यहाँ
ओ
आया।
हाँ
चैट
हाँ
में,
हाँ, आ गया आ गया
मीटिंग में।
आ गया मैम।
गाइस आंखें खोलो प्लीज। मुझे पता है मॉर्निंग है, यू कैन नॉट। All of you, please join in this link. Be fast. In the chat box I have given.
मैम तब तक मेरा कोर्स एक्सेस कर दीजिए रेड एक्ट में।
मैम ज्वाइन कर लियो।
Khan, just join fast.
मैम ज्वाइन, इट्स इन नेम ऑफ अयूब विद माय
Just
रोल
leave
नंबर।
this meeting. Those who have joined in that WebEx meeting, just leave. Leave
ओके
from
मैम।
the Zoom meeting. And I'm ending this meeting, Zoom meeting. Huh?